Hi, everybody. Well, I started recording and my microphone for some reason wouldn't work in OBS, even though it was working on my computer. So it took me a little bit to figure that one out um, after I had already started recording this one time. So, welcome back to my channel. I need to make a few more Easter cards. And today was our new sheetload of cards layout. This was inspired by Danny Bendel of Danny's Dreams. She does a lot of tags, and she does a tag series once a year, fall into winter, like October, November. I can't exactly remember, but um, if you don't follow her, check her out on YouTube. I will try to remember to link her channel in the description box. So that's why there's like a tag shape on here. And I got this paper yesterday and I just opened it a minute ago. It was on sale, so they're always having warehouse sales at Echo Park. And it's a good deal. I think this was like maybe $7.50 for the 12 by 12, and this was maybe $3.99 for the 6 by 6. This is called Here Comes Easter. Their papers are just beautiful. And of course, there are a lot of companies out there that make beautiful papers. Little tiny cut aparts. Eggs, those are so pretty. Bunnies, I actually have some Easter bunny dies that would go with that paper. I'm not going to do those today, but more cut aparts. Ooh, chocolate bunnies on the back of that one. Little Easter basket, some plaids. More cut aparts that match the papers. And oh, that's sweet little bunny faces. So these are just, and they repeat, really pretty. And I'm going to use, this calls for 12 by 12 paper for the sheet load. This is called Easter Time. And their collection packs, they come with a sticker sheet that you can use. That, of course, coordinates with the paper, and there's all kinds of little phrases and words. Bunny trail, hang on a second, the truck, bunny kisses and Easter wishes, some rainbows. Anyway, it's just really cute. And I need to pick out some, I think it takes 2 sheets, two 12 by 12 sheets of pattern paper. That is super cute with the eggs. And I have some bunny dies I would like to use on these. And they always have lots, oh my goodness, look how beautiful that paper is. Super cute bunnies. Little tiny flower. beautiful florals, really nice lavender check. Cut aparts, carrots, and checks. That might work. Easter baskets. More cut aparts and rainbows. Trucks. And just a pretty foliage. More floral. And more floral. More cut aparts. Pretty dots. You can use those for any card. Super cute little chicks. And another dotted sheet. And so we're going to do a landscape. And let's see, this makes 12 cards. So I probably won't put all 12 together in this video, because once you see me do a couple, then you know how to put them together. But let me pick out my papers. Really, so I'm going to use a Cat Scrappiness bunny die. Isn't it cute? It's the cutest little bunny butt, which I think will look good with the carrot. And then I'd like something, or gosh, I sure do like this. I sure like this one. This is going to be the most difficult part of the whole card process here, is just picking out the papers. And this has the carrots, and it's got tiny white dots on it as well. So, you know, they say these pads all coordinate the papers, but sometimes I am just not too sure about that. Let's see. So we've got that gingham in lavender. You know, I'm going to use one of these checks. And these eggs. Those are the two I'm going to use. Sheesh. Let me put these over to the side. I always put them back because inevitably, if I just throw them over to the side, they'll sit there for several days before I actually put them away. So our sheet on the back here has our cutting guide for our papers. Let me hold that up close. So you've got 5x3s and 1x5s. So
you can expect a high of 85 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 64 degrees.
Oh, can't use that one. Where's my other trimmer? Where'd I put it? Hello. Okay, we're just going to use this one. Kind of for my guillotine trimmer. This one I love to use mostly for if you're having to, well, anyway, not as much for straight cuts as for other things, but anyway, so I'm going to cut this off at 10 inches because we just need 10 inches this way. And then, let me cut this off here. Cut off this branding strip here, and that is right at 12 inches. Okay, and then that's 10. We're going to cut this at 5. And then three. This might have been easier to cut off the 5x1s first. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off 3 1-inch pieces off the bottom here. And then I'll have my 5x3 left here. Okay. Oh, goodness. He lost his head. And then that's 5. So this time let me cut off my 1 inches first. Off the bottom, and I need 3. And then we need 3-inch pieces here. Okay, and then again, we're going to cut off that branding strip. From bottom. And then we are going to cut this at 10 inches. Tell you what, I'm going to cut this at 5 and 5. How about that? Okay, and then we will cut off our 1-inch strips. Again, I love these sheet loads because if you're like me and you do any kind of card swaps, have an RAK list, which is our random acts of kindness, and we send out cards to different people for, you know, on the list for birthdays or just because days. Oops, 3 inches. I'm about to talk and not pay attention. Anyway, or just because. If we know somebody's, you know, going through some tough times. So that's just always nice. And when you do something like Alicia's sheet load of cards or Kendra's card challenges, then that gives you, you've always got a stash of cards that you can work with, which is wonderful. And if you don't want to put sentiments on them until you send them out, that's also great, because then you just make them as you need them, and you don't have, you know, 15 birthday cards and no sympathy, or you know, like a just stopping by to say hi cards. Okay, so that gives us all our strips. I am not going to try to keep these together because I need to, like, you know, with the patterns aligning. It's not necessary here. Okay. And so the tags, so those pieces are our background piece here and this strip here. So now we need our cardstock for the tags and the what am I trying to say? The mat for this strip. So let's see. We need 1.5 sheets of coordinating cardstock. I've got some purple that I'm going to use. Excuse me for just a second. I didn't grab anything out because I wasn't sure what papers I was going to use from that paper pack. And I hadn't yet looked at them. And then we'll decide on our card bases. So these I need 2.75 this way and 4 inches this way. So this one, I don't know why this looks like it is slightly crooked. One of Alicia's perks, if you are a channel member, it doesn't cost much to be a member on her channel. But anyway, if you are a channel member, she has various like Zoom calls and YouTube lives that are exclusive to her members. And it's really a great it's really a lot of fun. We just did I think it's channel members only, mystery card craft along, and it was for to make one card. She sent out the how to cut your papers, the recipe, the sketch. She didn't send this out. She just gave us the measurements. Good Lord. So we made one of these cards, and you can enter it to win a prize. And I think corner's bent there. I'm going to cut this down here. So I'm really glad, really happy to be a channel member, and hopefully I can continue to be. But it's not for everybody. It's not in everybody's budget to do that, which I certainly understand. I had to cut back on my channel memberships, and that was really tough to do. But you know, I hope to renew the ones I had to drop. So there's our 12. These are going to end up being our 12 tags. And I cut out enough pieces when we did our members mystery craft along to do 2 cards, and this is what I did. And I already had that's Unity Stamps Boop. So I did those 2 cards. It was just a lot of fun. And now I'm thinking, since I have so much color, I'm just going to do white card bases. So I'm going to do white strips, and I might have some scraps that'll work here. do? I forgot what I cut these out for. But we're going to use them. This is a thinner cardstock, thinner weight, which works great because it's not going to add extra bulk. So these need to be 1 1/4 by 5. So tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one down to 5 so I don't have to cut all those individual ones. Okay. Okay, yeah, one more time. Okay, now these I have to cut down to 5. Evidently, I cannot think about my 1 1/4 measurements and talk at the same time. Sorry about that. Okay, so we got those done. All our pieces are cut out now. So let's start. I can save these. These will work well as sentiment strips. So let's start getting a few. I tell you, I think I'll just do like 2. And again, I like to use my because this has a little ledge on it. I like that to use to butt my paper up against to get my edges even. I know you've heard me say that buku times already. Is this going to be too busy? It'll be fine. Make sure that looks. And that's a teensy bit. To make sure that's even. And I tell you what, I'm going to turn this over and match those up that way. And then I will do this purple and one of those. About to mess up there, y'all. It would not be the first time. It won't be the last time either. Come on. Sorry, y'all. And that's also just a teeny bit on the long side. So I'm going to get that with my trimmer. There we go. And let's do one more. We will do it with this and one of these strips. That is, I don't know if that strip is a little short. I think that's probably just a little long. There we go. Pretty. Now, the pollen here has been terrible. So I am using this little angled corner punch. It's got 3 sizes on it. I don't know if it shows up very well here, but there you can see. And on these I used the bigger, and it just cuts that corner straight off, and little corners go flying everywhere. And I'm going to, I didn't do it on the other ones, but I'm going to punch a small hole in these. I want a small hole or a bigger hole? What do y'all think? I think I'm going to do a small one. Just sort of eyeball that. Let's do a second one. Oops. They just fly all over the place. It was pretty inexpensive on Amazon. And another little hole. I'm not going to, you can set this for how deep you want it to go, but I'm not going to worry about that. I mean, if I want them all the same, I could just line them up like this. Hey, it's not coming out. There we go. That little center didn't want to come out. Okay. Okay. So there are our tags. And let me grab my card bases. So look at our sketch. And you can see she basically makes sure this is has an even border around the bottom and the two sides. Boy, I hate to cover these flowers up, but it's too busy if you use flowers and eggs together. And make sure that I'm gluing this on the right, in the right place, because let's see. Are we straight? Because I'll tell you, I can get it crooked in a second, and we are not really very straight. So then your tag goes down next, and you just basically want this maybe a ½ inch from here, but I mean, really, it is not that big a deal. I want to see if Bitty Penny does this in a 5x7. I always like to see her take. And then it's a tiny bit short, but we're not gonna stress over that too much. Oh, and I'm going to put just a couple little pieces of cardstock down here to keep it from, you know, like looking like it's going downhill. When I glue it down. I think I'm going to put one more piece here. Okay. I'll tell you one thing about using these checks is it helps you keep it straight there. And then we're going to do our little bunny right there. This is one of my favorite Easter dies. I just think it's so precious. Okay, and let's glue him down. Oh, anyway, the pollen here has been terrible. My eyes have been, I think I started to say that earlier, and I do that all the time. I start to say stuff and I distract myself. But anyway, I heard on the radio they were saying this is the worst pollen season in 35 years. And that it's lasted longer, or is lasting longer than normal. But yeah, I just about keep a scratchy throat, and my sinuses have just gone bonkers. I have to take medication year-round anyway because I have sinus problems, and so I take breathing medications, all that good stuff. So hope I get that at least moderately straight. And I did not put a piece behind here to prop that up. It's not too bad. If this was a thicker weight cardstock, I would probably put an extra piece behind the top of this tag. But then when I put this piece on, then it's on this thicker cardstock. So that's when I feel like I just need some here. To keep that from bending downwards quite so much. And you don't have to. That's just one of those personal, I'm a weirdo. So I have to have things just so. I've been trying to train myself to just let things go. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm doing better at that, but there are still a few things like this. So really pretty. And then we're going to put our bunny on here. He is just so stinking cute. And I could pop him up on a little foam tape. I'm just not going to, though. Also in this die set, you get the bunny face as well, which I did use on some other Easter cards that I've made. You know, I can use these little corners that I took off with that corner punch. I can use those on his little tail. Just look at that cute little guy hopping away. And one more. I just love this egg paper. So pretty. My husband has gone off on a run down to Jacksonville, Florida. So he won't be in until later tonight. Of course, that also means he doesn't come in here and interrupt me when I'm recording. Bless his heart. And I may add some kind of little bow or something up there, and I may not. And I have plenty of time to decide what I'm going to do there. Oh, look at me. I just glued that down. It looks perfectly fine, too. It's going to bother me later, but it does look just fine. And put our bunny down. Now, he does absolutely has to have a little support here. On the top of his bottom. Speak of the devil, that's my husband calling, but I'll just have to call him back. And look at that, really and truly cutting up deciding on what papers to use and then cutting them was the longest part of this process. It won't take that long for me to finish these, but what cute cards. And I love the tag on here this month. I will add some embellishments on these cards, and I will put maybe put a little bow on these. But I just think they're adorable. Just adorable cards. I love this sketch because you can really do a lot of things with it. If you just wanted to put a big sentiment on here and not have, a die cut, that would also be great. I'm going to actually just stamp one on another piece of paper as wide as the tag and just have it come across the tag. And I might do that with some of these just to see how it would look. And I'll either put up photos or I'll show these finished on another video. But I was really excited about getting the papers and the new sketch coming out. And I wolfed down my supper. I got home and made a sandwich and wolfed that down so I could come in here to record this. And then, of course, my sound wouldn't work. My microphone was not playing with OBS. And honestly, I still don't understand why it wasn't connecting. And then all of a sudden it just decided to connect. So, yeah, technology is great. But thanks for watching. I hope you like these cards. Let me know in the comments if you are doing Alicia's sheet load of cards this month. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.